Now, I know what you're thinking, but Shane, you're a doctor, you don't know anything about law. And you're right, I really don't. However, what I do know is that there are 8 core pillars that make up a great personal statement. And that's not fixed to any specific subject. I'm going to spend the next few weeks analysing personal statements from all the different subjects that have gotten into Oxbridge and other top performing UK universities. I'm going to be showing you how they follow this 8-pillar framework, as well as the structures that I've been suggesting. And we're kicking things off with a law personal statement today. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Shane. I'm a recently qualified doctor, Cambridge University grad and Oxford University supervisor. And in today's video, I'm going to go through a law personal statement written by Callum, who graduated in 2017 from Downing College, Cambridge, and is now training as a barrister. All in the hope of trying to convince you that the 8-pillar framework, as well as the structures I've developed, transcends all the different subjects and applies to all of them. But that's enough of me telling you that. Let me show you. And let's begin by breaking down this personal statement structure. So this personal statement is 636 words in total. The introduction makes up 11%, work experience was given 34%, the academic section makes up 33%, the extracurricular section was given 22%, and interestingly, Callum gave 0% to the conclusion. Let's now dive in a bit deeper into each of these sections and see how we made this work. So this was Callum's introduction. At the heart of the law, when one looks past the courtroom drama portrayed by the media, is a question of right and wrong. However, the human stories that are presented in court also intrigue me, and the personal side of legal interaction is axiomatic. The law permeates every aspect of our society, and as society changes at an ever-increasing pace, the law must change likewise. Here, Callum nicely follows the introduction structure we've seen before. That is to set the scene about the subject and to set the scene about you. In the first and last sentences here, you can see that he sets the scene about the subject and uses lots of passionate words throughout to increase the impact of his points. He also shows elements from the projection pillar when he considers the challenges faced by law as society changes, as well as breaking down law into its fundamental components. And the second sentence here sets the scene about himself when he alludes to his motivations behind studying law. Now, to improve this, Callum could have included a more explicit sentence about engagement. That is briefly introducing the things he's done to get involved in law and experience it firsthand. But to be honest, Callum quickly follows this introduction up with the work experience section, so he kind of makes up for it. So this was Callum's work experience section. To gain experience for studying law and to see law at the coalface, I have done several weeks of work experience placements with both solicitors and barristers. I have completed work experience with Jonathan Jones QC at No. 5 Chambers in Birmingham, which involved sitting in on a murder trial, demonstrating to me the power of incisive cross-examination. Most recently, I spent a week with criminal barrister Gregor Purcell at High Pavement Chambers in Nottingham, which I gained a great insight into the daily life of a barrister and the challenges ahead for the legal profession. This is a nice entry into the work experience section, where he shows that he's gone out of his way to learn more about law and actually engage with the real life experiences. And whilst the last 2 sentences feel like they're just there to name drop, they actually go a little bit further and offer a surface level of reflection. So after talking to a few of my lawyer friends, I got the impression that dropping these names are actually a pretty good thing. It helps to show that you know enough about law to actually have people you admire. But they also told me it's important to back that up with why you admire them and actually show some reflection on this. So to that end, to improve this section, Callum could have gone a little bit further and employed the 3-level model of reflection, which is to talk about the lessons learnt, then talk about his thought change, and finally talk about his action change. Anyway, that being said, the last sentence here nicely shows projection, showing that he's considered the challenges of the legal profession. Moving on, he says, I've also done a vacation scheme at House Percival Solicitors in Leicester, which is usually designed for training contract applicants, with Philippa O'Neill, who subsequently invited me to do paralegal work with her new firm, Spearing Waite. At Spearing Waite, I did work on behalf of the partners, including drafting and completing court letters, taking part in client meetings and summarising new cases. In this second placement, I got to experience the day-to-day life in the legal profession, and this has reinforced my desire to study law. I remain enthused as the debating of fine points of law leads me to believe my skill set fits this profession and degree course. The first 2 sentences seem a little bit documentative here, not really offering too much reflection, but he does mention some proficiencies and skills he's gained as he's gone throughout these placements. And Callum does go on to make up for this lack of reflection by talking about how this experience has increased his resolve to study law. He again uses lots of passionate words to increase the impact of his points. So to improve this, Callum could have extracted more key qualities much more explicitly, and then gone on to reflect on all of this to a greater level. Remember, ultimately, the personal statement is all about showing that you're the right candidate to study this course. It's about showing the reader that you have all the key qualities they're looking for, and to back it up with experience and reflect reflect on it to show that you're someone who's capable of learning lessons and improving yourself going forwards. Let's now move on to the next section, which is academics. So this is the beginning of Callum's academic section. My interest in the law has led me to undertake extra reading to further understand it. After attending a law conference at Nottingham University last summer, I decided to read the textbook on criminal law by Michael Allen, where I was intrigued by case law and the idea of cases creating their own legal precedents. I have also read Tort Law, Text Cases and Materials by Jenny Steele. Here, Callum nicely shows his supercurricular engagement, which goes to show the steps he's taken to learn more about the academic side of law. This is something that universities, especially like Oxbridge, are after, and Callum does a nice enough job of going a little bit further and reflecting on what he learnt from each of these books and what he found interesting. Again, this element is very, very important in your personal statement. It's not enough to just name drop an impressive book that you read. Go a little bit further, talk about the lessons you've learnt, talk about what was interesting in the book, what inspired you, what made you think a little bit more deeply. Anyway, moving on, he says, my A-level studies have been inspired by my interest in law. In philosophy and ethics, I have learned to approach right and wrong from different perspectives, from Kant's theory of the categorical imperative to Aristotle's virtue ethics, and the discussion-based learning environment in this subject has aided my advocacy. I have read Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance by Robert Pirsing, which focuses on seeing through illusion and acknowledging the here and now. This objective view is essential in the law. Notice here how Callum has moved on from his supercurricular engagement into now his intracurricular engagement. The difference being supercurricular is the stuff you do outside of your normal curriculum, and intracurricular is the subjects that you do at A-level, therefore within your curriculum. And whilst universities, especially Oxbridge, prefer the supercurricular elements, there's no problems in talking about intracurricular engagement and the skills that your A-level subjects have given you. And Callum does this very, very nicely. He uses his A-level subjects and experiences and links them to key qualities he's gained as a result. And importantly, Callum links it back to law to make it obvious that these skills he's gained during his normal curriculum is going to aid him and help him in the law degree. So this nicely follows the syntax and paragraph structure that I suggest, which is to talk about an experience, extract a key quality, reflect on it, and then link it back to the subject. So still sticking with intracurricular academia, he goes on to say, studying English literature has improved my composition skills as I am now able to add debate to an analytical essay. Creating argument from facts is an essential part of both cross-examination and speeches in the courtroom. Studying a foreign language in the form of French has enriched my creative thinking as well as improving my communication skills and confidence. Again, these sentences do a brilliant job of talking about an example, linking it to key qualities, and then linking it back to how it's going to help him study law. Now, onto the extracurricular section. My extracurricular activities display characteristics that make me ideal for university life and the legal profession. I overcame major surgery to play international level sport. I'm currently a member of the GB Under-19 men's fast pitch softball team. I competed at the European Championships in Denmark in July 2013. This, coupled with the requisite rigorous training schedule, shows my commitment to training and developing my skills. Now, this is a fantastic example of using extracurricular activities to your advantage. Often people fall into the trap of just kind of listing them or mentioning them without taking it to the next level. Here, Callum has extracted the key qualities that each of these extracurricular activities has given him, and he's linked it to how it's going to help him study law. Not only that, he's also showing that he's capable of having a healthy life outside of academia, and he's showing that he can balance all of the supercurricular things he can do at the same time as these extracurricular things. So he perfectly hits the two main reasons why we have an extracurricular section. One, to show that you're capable of having a healthy life outside of academia, and two, you get involved in things outside of your normal curriculum or outside of normal academia that allows you to develop skills that's going to help you in your subject. Moving on, he says, I referee football and I have quickly established myself as a highly respected referee. This has seen me be selected by the FA to be an official of a county cup final, the youngest ever to do so in Leicestershire, and to referee the Filipino youth team when it toured in the UK. The confidence I have gained from this has helped me to stand strong in the face of scrutiny, essential in the legal profession. Again, he continues with the theme of talking about experiences, extracting the key qualities, and talking about how it's going to help him in the legal profession. Now, interestingly, this is the kind of abrupt end to this personal statement. Normally, we'd expect a conclusion following the structure of summarizing key qualities, as well as showing some passionate projection, but here Callum has decided not to include one, which kind of leaves this personal statement at this abrupt ending without a well-rounded end. So to improve this, Callum should have streamlined his extracurricular section using things like activity compounding and quality compounding as space saver strategies, which would have allowed him to include a conclusion. And like I mentioned, the conclusion should have summarized his key qualities and shown a degree of passionate projection where he considers the challenges faced by law and still deciding it's for him. Now, if you'd like to see more example personal statements, you might like to check out this playlist, and if you'd like to watch the whole personal statement masterclass for free, then I've left the link below in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.